Hello, and welcome to this week's Prayerful Meditation. My name is Wendy Passmore, and what we do in this next half hour is just quieten ourselves in God's loving presence. And I take us through some prayerful meditations, and you're encouraged to have a journal and perhaps a candle lit, and to find a quiet place. And we can start to move in this quiet prayerfulness. So let us first start by offering a prayer. Gracious and loving one, we're so grateful to be here, taking this time out to be quiet in your presence. And we invite your spirit to guide us in our innermost being, that we might have a sense of being loved, of being accompanied on this journey, and of deeply reflecting on how you have been active in our daily life. So as we're sitting quietly in these chairs that are holding us, let us start by taking some deep breaths, maybe 5 or 6 deep breaths. And as we breathe in deeply, may we have a sense that we're breathing in God's loving spirit and presence. And as we're entering this quiet, reflective place, I'd like to share a few words from John O'Donohue. May you know the wisdom of deep listening, the healing of wholesome words, the encouragement of the appreciative gaze, the decorum of held dignity, the springtime edge of the bleak question. May you have a mind that loves frontiers, so that you can evoke the bright fields that lie beyond the view of the regular eye. So if there's a thought or a message in that for you, just take just a moment to write that in your journal. May you have a mind that loves frontiers, so that you can evoke the bright fields that lie beyond the view of the regular eye. And as we stay in this quiet, reflective moment, let us invite the Spirit to take us through the memories of our past week, the experiences that we've had. And there have been many, and every day there's many. And let's just land in a moment that was especially life-giving, that we were charged with a sense of presence, that we were enlivened in our spirit. So let us just reflect on that, do some writing about that, and experience the feelings that brought to us again. And what might be the message that God is bringing to us through this experience? And so, again, let's invite the Spirit to lead us through the memories and experiences of the past week, landing on maybe a difficult moment, a difficult time, a challenge of some sort. Let us take a few moments just to go into our week and where were those difficult moments, and perhaps inviting the Spirit to reveal what it is that we're to learn or what the experience was all about. And what might the message be from God in the midst of this difficult situation or circumstance? And as a result of this experience of reflecting on our week's experience of graced moments and difficult moments, what is the prayer that I would offer in the midst of this? So now we can move into our praying with the psalm of this week, and this week it's excerpts from Psalm 112, and I'm going to read it through once, and I'd like you to just stay with the word or phrase that spoke to your heart or resonated in some way. And the second time I read it through, we're invited to prayerfully reflect on why that word or phrase spoke to me and do some writing about that. And the third time reading through, we will offer a prayer in response to the message we've received from this reading. Excerpts from Psalm 112 by Nan Merrill. It's more modern, inclusive kind of language, speaking in a relational way. Light penetrates the darkness for we who face our fears. Love stands by us with mercy and forgiveness. It goes well for us who are loving and kind as we live our days with justice and integrity. We become co-creators with you, and we bless the world with our presence. In times of trouble, we know not fear. Our hearts are firm, trusting in your loving companion presence. Yes, our hearts are steady. We are not afraid. Even our enemies are blessed by our love. We are generous and give freely. The needy are offered shelter and food. The unloving are witness to this. Who knows when the seed will find a fertile heart? The fruits for we who know your love are a blessing. So the word or phrase that spoke to you or resonated. So as I read it through a second time, we're invited to prayerfully reflect on why that word or phrase resonated with me. Light penetrates the darkness for we who face our fears. Love stands by us with mercy and forgiveness. It goes well for us who are loving and kind as we live our days with justice and integrity. We become co-creators with you, and we bless the world with our presence. In times of trouble, we know not fear. Our hearts are firm, trusting in your loving companion presence. Yes, our hearts are steady. We are not afraid. Even our enemies are blessed by our love. We are generous and give freely. The needy are offered shelter and food. The unloving are witness to this. Who knows when the seed will find a fertile heart? The fruits for we who know your love are a blessing. So why did that word or phrase speak? So after I read it through a third time, we can offer a prayer in response to the message that we've received. Light penetrates the darkness for we who face our fears. Love stands by us with mercy and forgiveness. It goes well for us who are loving and kind as we live our days with justice and integrity. We become co-creators with you, and we bless the world with our presence. In times of trouble, we know not fear. Our hearts are firm, trusting in your loving companion presence. Yes, our hearts are steady. We are not afraid. Even our enemies are blessed by our love. We are generous and give freely. The needy are offered shelter and food. The unloving are witness to this. Who knows when the seed will find a fertile heart? The fruits for us who know your love are a blessing. So, a prayer in response to the message. So, as we move from this reflection on the psalm, I'd like us just to spend a few moments reflecting on other questions. In the midst of this pandemic and this COVID crisis time, I'd like us to do a bit of writing about what I've learned about myself in this and what I've learned about God in this. So during this pandemic, this COVID time, what have I learned about myself? What have I learned about God? And I'd like us now to spend a few moments bringing before our mind's eye the people that we are especially carrying in our heart right now who are in need of our love, our presence, our prayer. So let's just spend a few moments bringing them before our mind's eye, praying a blessing on them, or if you're more comfortable writing the prayer for them, that too. And the last piece of this time together, I'd like us to prayerfully reflect on some gratitude. What am I grateful for? Who are the people in my life that I'm especially grateful for this week? And maybe some events came up that I can just offer a prayer of gratitude, or just maybe that we have enough food and resources here to get us through whatever it is that you're feeling grateful for. Spend a little bit of time in prayerful reflection and perhaps write a bit of your gratitude in your journal. Well, this has been lovely to spend time with you and in this quiet place in God's presence. So let us close as we say quietly in our heart this mantra. And I pray that it go from our head to our heart, that we truly experience the truth of this. I am loved. I matter. And I am known. I am loved. I matter. And I am known. I am loved. I matter. And I am known. Each one of us created in love and created with purpose. So until next time, I pray God's richest blessing upon you, and that in the midst of these very unusual times, we'll take the opportunity to go deep in our own heart and soul, where we might find new connection with the source of all life, who awaits us in love and open arms. God bless you. Till next time.